Hi, and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty, and this is episode 264.
Yes. And I'm Allena, also known as Starnits. Sorry we have not podcasted in 2 months. Life got crazy. So we're back. And this is our monthly podcast. So if this is your first time watching, welcome.
Yes.
If you're a returning watcher, thanks for coming back.
Yes, after so much time off. I realized how long it's been since we podcasted, and I couldn't believe it. Anyway, So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us.
Yes. So in 2 months, do you have any mojo?
Yeah, and I probably don't even have it all written down, but I finished my newt from fall, which was
your golden fleece sweater, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of spinning, but then also this capsule sweater. It's got fun pockets in the front. I've worn it a lot already. It's big and comfy and cozy and warm. And it's like it's kind of pilling a little bit, but it's got a little bit of a halo because it's was border Leicester crossed with Cordale, I think, or I forget, or no, I don't remember the actual fleece. But anyways, I love it. It's lovely and warm and cozy. Let's see. I finished a couple baby surprise jackets. Here's one that still needs to go to its recipient. Another one's already been gifted. But this is out of the same ball of yarn. This was half a ball. And the other one looks like Baby Yoda because it was like green and brown and stuff. And it just made me laugh. Anyways, I thought so they were like Star Warsy themed. But it was just one ball of that cupcake, whatever yarn it is from Joann's. I also wove a whole bunch of scarves in November. Some were for my newt, so I don't remember if I showed them off. This was one of them.
I don't think you did. That's pretty.
Just like a yellow and a really light blue. This is folded in half. And then this was the other one. I think this one I might have shown. Maybe not. I mean, it was so early when we stopped. I don't know. Anyways, this is another one.
Oh, yeah, that's really nice.
Just cool. And then I was on a kick because I was using up leftover sock yarn and making gifts at the same time. So I made this one too. This one's more striped.
Oh, that looks cool. Did you use 3 different sock yarns?
Yeah, and then like I had like this main one. The weft was like a gray, but then I wanted to lengthen it because I didn't have a ton of it, so I just put a different blue skein at the bottom here. So I'm not sure how I like that, but like whatever.
It looks nice.
Yeah. So. And then there's this one, which I really like, the plaid effect. I think it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like a combination of the leftover yarn from the ones I did for my newt, the yellow one and the brown and purpley blue one. So that one was fun. And then I did this one. I think this one turned out really fun too. It's like,
yeah, that's cool.
It's hard to see in this light, but it's like green, and there's purple in the weft here. I don't know if you can see that, and black, but yeah, and bits of like an orangey red going down the warp. But yeah, and then this one. So I like. Switched my weft up every the green I did 4 and the purple I did 2, so I carried it along. I don't know if you can see that on there.
Yeah, that looks
and
nice.
I wasn't sure how that would turn out, but it's not too bad. along the edge there.
Yeah, no.
It's only on the one side and not on the other. So I don't know. I'm like, it'll work as you put it around and
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, those were all those woven scarves. Even though I know this wasn't our weaving, they were finished objects and part of my nute, so I thought I'd say it on there. So then I started another nute for the winter term because I'm just doing a lot of crafting for Christmas gifts. So I've done a bunch of hats so far. Ugh. And I actually have a whole stack of hats that I did for classes. But it's pretty much a lot of the same thing. I'm just doing a bunch of those. Oh, this can't see black. The HPKCHC hat or beanie.
So like new teachers, so like you
Yeah,
can reuse the same pattern.
Yeah. And I'm doing a bunch for my youth group girls.
They'll like that.
Yeah. So I have faux fur that I'm going to make the pom-poms for too. And then for boys, I'm making a Barley hat, but I only did one of those. I was like, I'm going to get all those girl ones done first because they take longer and more yarn because they're, it's a pattern. Whereas this one goes a lot faster. But yeah, so I forget how many I did for classes. I have a bunch done already. But yeah, so that's been my life, just knitting hats.
That's hilarious.
And then I also, for a couple of like my girls' youth group leaders, they already got those kind of hats last year, so I couldn't repeat. So I used Knit Picks Brava leftover, and some other stuff, acrylic, and just wove up like worsted weightish scarves.
That's cool. That looks like that. Is that brown and cream? It looks like.
Well, this is a really light blue, like a baby,
okay.
but it looks whitish.
It looks like those ones you see in the Nordstrom's catalog.
Yeah. So then I seamed them together.
Oh, cool.
So that it'd be a big old cowl. And then so I seamed it and then I turned it. Oh, I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah.
Do it this way. There we go. Seamed it, and then I inside. Is that a French seam? It's called. So the seam is on the inside, and you can't see it. I mean, you can see it, but you can't see the exposed stitches. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
cool.
There's one, and then here's another one. This one reminds me of Neapolitan ice cream because it's got that like pink in there.
Pink and
brown and cream. And then I like this one a lot too. This one's very almost slithery. It's got grays and greens and dark blue and like a really light, it's called Seraphim, I think, but it's like a lavendery purple.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, my lighting is like really crappy. So you can't really see the colors all that well. But yeah, so I just finished this one last night. Or actually, I sewed it this morning, sewed it together.
I feel like maybe I should have went first with my mojo because you have way more than I do.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I like seeing what you've made.
Yeah, but I really love these, and my girls like them. And Leah's like, "Could you make me one?" I'm like, "After Christmas, like just
you're like, don't talk to me right now.
Let me get these things finished." Like I always bite off more than I can chew for Christmas gifts, but I really just love giving people who will appreciate them knitting gifts. I think that's it. Let me look at my show notes again.
You're super nice because I'm not getting anything for teachers or.
You don't have to. I don't know. We're in that new school and all their teachers have been super awesome.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's me. So I'm just going to say, so my newt this term is basically all the hats and scarves. So it's 16 hats, those 3 cowls, which are done, thankfully. And then 2 sweaters, one for Chloe and one for Lucas.
So the one for Chloe, is it from that hand spun mashup that you did?
No,
a couple of months ago.
no.
Oh, okay. Go on.
It's they're both out of Nitpicks Brava.
Oh,
My
cool.
kids are so sucky, they don't like handspun or wool because they think it's itchy, even like the soft stuff. So I'm just like, whatever. Actually, oh, that mashup that I made Chloe, I need to weave her a scarf out of that. She has a hat that she wears from it and she likes that. That's soft. But no, the sweater, she wants like a wallaby. She wanted a hooded
Oh,
sweater
okay.
and she wanted it out of acrylic. So I was like, whatever. Nitpicks was having a 20% off everything sale. So I ordered the yarn for her
That's
and
cool.
one and enough yarn for each kid. And I basically got like one free. And Brava is like super cheap to begin with. So
Mm-hmm.
I just did it. And now I'm on like a spending freeze of all yarny things forever.
Forever. That's
Well,
my life right now. All the time.
anyways, but
Anything
that's
else?
it.
Okay. Very cool. So for Mojo, I'm going to have a lot of pictures, but I finished knitting this baby sweater for Aspen. It was in my whips list last time we podcasted, so you can actually see it. It's super cute on him. I also finished a baby blanket that I have to send to Australia for one of our Slytherins that had twins. So I made it bigger than the normal baby blanket size, but I only made one because we really only make one blanket per family, if that makes sense. So it's bigger. That's a crazy bad photo of it. I also finished a square that I had on my hook, so to speak, for months. And it was just sitting there. So I finished it and then I actually put it into that baby blanket. I also made another baby surprise jacket for my boss. Had a baby girl. She had her maybe a week ago. And she's so cute. And so I made this and I gave it to her. And that was one of those cupcake yarns. And it's like grayish and then purple and then a bright pinks. It's the cutest. And I had used the other half of that ball for Vire.
Okay.
So I made that. And this is also that cupcake yarn. It's the boy one. So
time out. After you got some of that yarn, I went there when there was a sale and I bought like one of every color.
Yeah, they had like 50% off. And I forgot to bring these down, but I made booties for Aspen. Little booties. Let's see if I can find a better picture. It's really hard to take pictures of booties on babies.
It is.
And I made, let me see if here. And I used these really cute like frog buttons for it. I don't know if you can see it. Where's the camera?
I think I had some of those. Those are adorable.
So it turned out really good. And I used hand spun for those because I wanted his feet to be warm because it's like kind of cold and babies don't really wear shoes.
Right.
I'm trying to see what else. I'm down the list. Booties. Oh, so then I kind of lost my mojo for a while because we were sick. And so then I got my mojo back and I decided I have this acrylic and I know it's the worst yarn, Red Heart Super Saver in the basement. So I started knitting. I've been wanting to knit stockings forever. So this one is Aspen's. I'll show you the thing.
Love it.
And then, so I finished his. I'm like moving the wrong way. So this is my stocking. I finished this. Of course, I started it like the last day of term. So I didn't even turn it in for any points. And I just turned in like a partial project I don't know, but I finished it like in December. And so then this one is Bella's.
Very cute.
And then I'm like showing you all the charts that I
like that tree.
So this is what it looks like. So then this is like a snowman, Santa and reindeer.
Oh, okay. I was like, snowman.
Not snowman, Santa and reindeer. And then after I started knitting them, I thought I should have put the names like just on the side, and then the year they were born on the side instead of in the middle. But whatever, I don't care. I had already finished Aspens by the time I thought of that, and I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So they're all following suit. So that's that one, and then that's all that I finished in the past 2 months.
But that's awesome.
Knitting and crochet wise. So
I
yeah.
love that you're doing the stockings. I know you've wanted to for a while.
Yeah. Like every year I say it. And so finally I just started.
Because you've knit a bunch of stockings for someone else, right? They always commission you to make them.
Yeah. Like to match their stockings like their grandmother made, they would ask me to do it. And usually they ask me in October. So I would like knit them. So we can move on to works in progress, and I'll just talk about it. So I'm working on Madison's now. So I'm trying to make them all different.
Oh.
But I want to have this flower in them, this like poinsettia flower in all of them. Mm-hmm. So this is Madison's, and I'm on the heel. She got doves, so you can see it.
Cute.
And then I'm working on the heel right now. So that's one work in progress. I really have like lost my mojo, so I don't have a lot. And then I have a friend who just had a baby. He's probably a month old now. And I started a baby surprise jacket with the other end of this sweater's yarn, that cupcake yarn. So this is what I turned in for December for my partial credit, because I had been so sick in November. I just really wasn't knitting. Like I started it at the beginning of November, and then I didn't touch it for like 3 weeks because I was so sick. And then finally I just started knitting it again because I feel better now and I can like touch things again. So there's that. Those are my only works in progress that I'm like actively working on. You can look at my
list. I looked at your list and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have a ton, but they're all hibernating.
That's my list that I want to work on, and it's keeping me accountable to work on, if that makes sense. That's why I made that list, remember?
Yes. Okay, so I'm currently working on my last CC copycat hat.
Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm. But it's the last one of these ones, so I'm excited to be done with this style. And then I just have to make the pom-poms, which are not that fun to make. But I do have them cut out. Sorry for the noise. My kids just came home.
So that's you're cut it out of the fun fur?
Yeah, so
faux fur?
Faux fur. Do you want me to grab it? I could. I'll be right back.
I just want to show this new mug I got. It's a snowman, marshmallow snowman. I got it at Walmart.
Gosh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
Walmart.
We needed to up our Christmas. We needed to up our Christmas cups.
Can I say hi? You can come say hi if you want. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm
Okay,
sure people will like seeing kids.
So here I have one done. Here's a finished one.
That's cool.
Ball of fur, and then I attach
Elastic?
An elastic to it so that you can put it through the top of the hat, and then I sew a button on the back side, and then you can loop it around so you can take it off if you have to wash the hat.
Is that Amy's hat?
That's cool.
Go away, please. I'm actually podcasting. Thank you. I'm not just talking to your aunt. Anyways, so I cut out a circle.
Okay.
And you go very closely around the edge of this side so that you don't actually cut the fur. So do you see how it's all coming off?
Super fluffy.
I'm gonna cut that because then it'd be weird. And then I just take thread, and I baste it about like maybe half an inch to an inch apart, and then you cinch it up, and you can put stuffing, or I have some fiber that I was just putting in the center, and I stitch it up. It's not too hard.
But it takes a while.
Yeah, just a little annoying.
That's cool though.
Yeah. So I have all the pieces cut out and ready to go. So that was like the hardest part. I forget when I did that. But yeah.
Like those are all the rage. Everyone has those like in there. And if you like go to a yarn store or see people with hats on, they all are wearing those.
Oh, and then sorry, my pile of messiness. So this one I finished for Chloe's friend. This is not part of my name, but like, so I put I have like leather that we had from somewhere, so I made like one of those tags, so it looks like one of the cool ones that you get from the store. But I can show you, like, you have a button on the inside, and
Smart.
then the elastic is around there, so you can take it off. But yeah,
that's cool.
Fun stuff. Anyways, I'll grab my thing. Gotta look at my notes. Oh yeah, so that's my only work in progress right now. But I have the 2 sweaters that I will start on once these are done.
Cool.
But they're not, so. Anyways, yeah, all my talking was for the finished stuff.
So we're on You Spin Me Right Round. Do you have any spinning to talk about?
I do have spinning because my newt last term was basically to spin 2 pounds of fiber. And that was like my entire November.
Well, didn't you clean it too?
Yeah, I mean, I had to clean it. I had cleaned 3 fleeces, and I had to spin up 1/3 of it because that was the change in the newt category. I'm not sure exactly when that changed, but instead of spinning up 6 ounces of a fleece, you had to spin up 1/3 of the final clean product, which was a lot. Anyways, so I cleaned a Shetland, a CBM, and a Finn fleece. And I decided I was going to spin all of the Shetland and then however much more weight to make up that third of the total clean fleeces. Anyways, it equaled up.
So did you how did that work though? Because some of those breeds have lots more lanolin, so they're heavier.
Well, I said ish. I in my proposal, I think I forget how much weight the fleeces were at the beginning, but I'm like, I know I lose a lot of weight just in washing out the lanolin and the dirt and the yucky bits. So I was like guessing I'd have 6 pounds.
Okay.
Of clean fleece at the end of it, when I think I started out with like 9 or almost close to 10. Anyways, but they said it was just in my proposal, like you have to end with 1/3 of the final product. Anyways, so I did my Shetland and I carded it in batches of color. I don't know if you can tell, like,
yeah,
the lightest to the darkest.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, so I think I want to make I did it Navajo ply because I spun it on my Daedalus spinning wheel, and they were on these giant bobbins, and I didn't want to wind them into balls to make it a 2-ply, so I just Navajo plied them. Which Shetland is usually spun thinner and then made into like shawls and stuff. But I think I'm gonna make like just a lap gan, like a blanket, like a big start in the center and go out type of thing, and do it gradient style because I think that'll look pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, it like bloomed too. It's not crazy thick. Maybe like a light worsted. I forget how much yardage I got completely, but they're about 200 to 300 yards each skein. And then I had to spin up about 5 ounces of the CVM, which is so soft. Like the Shetland was nice, but this CVM was super squishy, and it's like a oatmeal color. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
that's cool.
I could see making this be like the base of like a yoked Fair Isle sweater of some sort. I really like it. It's super soft. And that was about the same, 260 yards. Also Navajo plaid, but it's super springy. I did not spin any of the fin up. That the fin was like the most matted fleece ever, and I left that to the end, and it was like so horrible to work with. But the end product was nice.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, how did it turn out though once it was clean?
It's just like a lot of the tips were all matted together, and it was like not nice.
That sheep must have played really hard.
That's what I kept thinking. I'm like, he had so much fun. Or she, whatever. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I've been spinning. I haven't spun since I stopped that.
So I actually spun probably in October, maybe. I don't know. Because yeah, so I spun a mashup, and I had this pretty like rainbow almost fiber from the Spun Bunny, which she has since closed. The colorway was Dye Happy. It was a superwash merino, and it was like dyed kind of like tie-dyed almost. It was like there was white and then like rainbow colors, like Lisa Frank rainbow colors, if that makes sense. And then I had this and I didn't take a picture of the fiber before I spun it. I should have. I need to get in the habit of that. I had from Shirtsy Cat the Rainbow Glitz is what it's called, which is 70% merino and 30% rainbow nylon. And it was this like pink, sparkly pink fiber. So then I spun it up together and just did a 2-ply. And I got 336 yards. And I didn't take my wraps print because I haven't washed it yet. But yeah, no, it turned out really nice, and it's like sparkly. I'm sure you can't see it. It's probably gonna bloom to be about DK weight.
Okay.
So let me see if I can find this one. So it's like sport right now. It might be sport or DK once I wash it. But it turned out really nice. See if I can hold it back here. You can kind of see the colors. I have pictures of it on my Ravelry page and Instagram, like from a month or two ago. But that's like the only thing I've spun. Like I want to spin, and I see people cleaning their fleece like you and other people. And I want to. I just don't have time right now.
Well, the only reason I did mine was because I got fake internet points for it. Like, and that's why I did all three. I remember talking with the examiners when I first proposed it because I wanted to do all three, but I was only going to spin like 6-ounce sample of each one. And they're like, oh, the rules have changed. I'm like, oh, bummer. But I was like, I still want to clean them because otherwise they're just going to sit there and I won't clean them. So
yeah, I
now I have like 9 bags of llama fleece in our basement that I should really do, but I can't even think about it right now because that's the like pick all the
that takes forever.
I know.
Yeah. So I mean, like I want to do stuff. I don't know.
There's no time.
Yeah.
But
so
we lost November.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. Binging. I've binged so much. I'll just talk about it for a few seconds. So book-wise, when we last talked, I was reading Dead Witch Walking, which was the first book in the Hollows, Kim Harrison's book, The Hollows. And I liked it. And then, because I'm trying to find like a new series to listen to or read, So then I went on to Skinwalker, which is a Jane Yellowrock series by I can't remember who's the author. And I liked that one too. A lot. I liked it a little bit more than Dead Witch Walking, but I'm not like 100% on it. So then I listened to the second one in that series, the Jane Yellowrock series, and I liked it. And then I listened to The Sandman, which is by Neil Gaiman. I guess it's like a comic book that they Audible made into like a production. And while most of the time I like Neil Gaiman, I did not really like The Sandman. Like it was kind of okay, but I didn't really like it. And then I listened to Camp Red Moon, which was by R.L. Stine. Like it was like a free thing they had a while ago. And that was kind of fun. Like it reminded me of when I was younger reading the R.L. Steins.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went back and I read the second book in the Hollows series. And I liked that. And then I found this book that I really liked. It was called Fury of a Phoenix, and it's the Nyx series. And I think I have to get the second one, but I really liked it. It's like this lady used to be an assassin, and then it starts out and her like husband and child are killed. So she has been retired for like 10 years. And so then she goes back. So I'm like looking for series of like supernatural, like people who are older, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's nice to read about a 23-year-old, but at the same time, I would like to read about someone who's closer to my age. So this Fury of a Phoenix, and then she like it's. Have you ever watched what's that Keanu Reeves movie where he's the assassin?
John Wick.
Have you ever watched that? It's kind of like that. Like they killed his puppy, and he goes after him. So this one's like they killed her husband and child, and she goes after him. It's crazy. It's like really good. And then it ends on like a cliffhanger, which I figured out early on in the book that it would be that at the very end. But so I have to get to the second one. But it was a good, I really liked it. And I forget who it's by. Let me look up real quick who that one's by. But yeah, it was super good. And then now I'm reading a book called Sucks to Be Me, which I am not sold on, to tell you the truth. So The Fury of a Phoenix is by Shannon Mayer. I highly recommend it. If you like those kind of things. But the Sucks to Be Me is like this lady is a mob wife, and she was trying to get out and go like state's evidence on it, her husband, to get out of the mob. But then she gets bit by a vampire and turns into a vampire. And I'm like halfway through it, and I'm just like, I'm not sure I like her all that much. But she's like 49. So she's older. So it's like, I'm reading it, and a lot of people really recommend that series. So that's why I'm reading it. Like I said, I'm trying new series to see if I
want to like it because she's older, but
but at the same time, I'm not, I don't know. I don't like it. So while we were sick, I binge watched a lot, and like a lot. So like I finished The Crown completely. And you know, when I was little, I used to want to be royal and be like a princess or a queen. But after watching that, I don't. Like, it's so horrible. Like all the things that they can't do and all the things that they have to do. I was just like, that's not for me. Like, no way, Jose. But then I finished Virgin River, the second series. I finished Sweet Magnolia, and I finished Man in the High Castle. And I'm sure I finished others.
Have 2 seasons now?
What? No, there was just one.
Oh, okay.
I might have told you about it before, but I remember if it. No, I think I finished
it. I watched it when it first came out. I just was.
Oh, I didn't. I waited. I'm sure I finished other series, like because for a while there I was like killing series like crazy, like just finishing all the series that I had been watching. So currently, like with Bella, I'm watching The Vampire Diaries and Buffy, but we're on the Riley season, so I really hate it. And then I know in the 5th season, Dawn is coming, and I really hate that too. So
5 by 5.
we
Oh no,
kind of
that's the sister. I forgot. Sorry.
so then we've kind of stopped Buffy and we're watching Vampire Diaries. Oh, because I finished Legacies. No, I finished. Not only did I finish Legacies, I finished the originals and Legacies. And then Bella was like watching Legacies and she's like, "Who's that? Who's that?" I'm like, "Okay, we're going back to the beginning." And we went way back to the beginning and started Vampire Diaries so she could watch it all. But yeah, so like the originals, how it ended was crazy pants.
I don't know if I mean, I thought I watched it.
It was crazier than the Vampire Diaries ending. But anyways, so now we're watching that, and I'm rewatching Supernatural because I was trying to watch last season, but they kept bringing things back that were from like seasons ago, and I couldn't remember it, so I started from the beginning. And I started watching Alias as well again.
That one's good.
And that's and I've been watching. Yeah, I've been watching The Great British Bake Off. And the holiday edition, and they're completely done. I finished watching those. So then I saw on Hulu, there's the Great American Bake Off baking show or something like that. And I've been watching that, and they have Paul Hollywood in it. It's so good. The holiday edition. But that's all that I've been doing.
That's all.
Yeah.
We've been watching, so we also were sick in November. And we did a Harry Potter marathon and the Hunger Games marathon. So that was like family time. The kids have also been watching The Office, which I don't know, like I like, but I don't like. Sometimes it annoys me. I listened to the Clean Sweep in Peace, and
those are so good.
And the third one. And then I just saw that they have there. You have the 2 other ones on there.
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to those 2.
They're kind of like short stories. They're not really like.
It wasn't super long, but it was different and fun and kind of cool, and interesting. So I was nice getting into a new book. I haven't listened to books in a while, so that was nice. But then I've just been seriously binging all the Christmas movies, and I even got like, you know, like the classics, the kid movie classics, like the Santa Claus. We had to watch 3 today, and the second Christmas Chronicles, which is on Netflix, because the first one of that was pretty cool.
That one's good. And on Netflix, Jingle Jangle is also good. It's a musical.
I haven't watched that yet.
That one's good.
So we've been watching that stuff. And then I got this like monthly subscription to Friendly TV or something, which has like 3 different Hallmark channels. So I've been just watching like all the same Christmas movies over and over, because like I just couldn't deal with like, I don't know, like any drama or anything bad. Like I just needed stupid fluffy Christmas.
Yeah.
And that started back in November. And it's still going strong.
That's why I'm rewatching shows, because I know what happens.
Yeah. So what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And baking shows, like all the baking shows. Well, no, I also watch Iron Chef America at night.
Cool.
But anyways, yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, that's it. Like I'm doing the whole Christmas thing. But if you make me want to like rewatch some of those shows, I bet the kids would like. I should see if they'd watch Buffy with me.
It's, I think they had to get over being in the 90s, and then after that they were fine. And Bella and Madison, Bella said something, and I was like, "That's what it was like in the 90s," and they were like, "Oh." It was funny.
Yeah, like they don't get it. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I totally just saw something. Oh, we've been being very Christmas crafty too. Like doing kind of.
Yeah, I saw the stuff you painted. That's funny. Okay, so we're basically on randomness.
Sorry.
Okay, so go back to your Christmas.
Oh, we made the girls and I made those cinnamon ornaments, which is basically just cinnamon and some applesauce and some glue, and then cut them out with cookie cutters and bake them. But they're giving some Oh, I probably shouldn't even tell it to you.
And they smell good.
Yes, those are gifts that they're giving to people. Um, and oh, I don't know if you guys have seen Ron. This is our newest kitten.
He's so cute.
I love his paw, his little thing on his paw, and he's sweet and snuggly. And he's getting big. But I love him and he's so soft. Anyways,
So where did you get him?
um so my friend Charlene lives out in the country and she had kittens just like walk up to her door like and she didn't know where they came from. She never saw the mom or anything. So she had one and got rid of or like gave it to someone and then she found another one which was really orange and she posted it online on Facebook to see if anyone wanted it and like the kids really wanted it and we were like debating and then we finally were like okay we'll take it and she's like oh he's already gone. She's like if another one comes I'll keep you in mind. So then this guy showed up along with his sister and she actually ended up keeping the girl and this guy's ours but he's sweet.
That's so cute. I wish we could have pets. Really do.
But yeah, so he's already like, I don't know how old. I think we got him in October. He's actually has he's going to be getting neutered after Christmas.
Shh, don't that covers ears.
Him. But he's sweet. You can go away now. He always likes it when I'm warping up the loom though, because he'll stand under it and like try and play. Oh my gosh, he like climbs in the tree and I'm just constantly spraying him with water.
That's hilarious.
I forget. Anyways, yeah, I forget what other Christmassy crafts we did.
You painted those pictures.
Yeah,
those are
was
so
really
cool.
fun. It was like a local it's called Urban Artique. Is a local shop here and they just were offering them and it was like small business Saturday type things. So I was like, I want to support our local businesses. So we got those and they came with like little cups of paint and paintbrushes and the canvas with it like sketched out on there. So it was kind of fun. I'm trying to think what else we did. I don't know. We're going to be making fudge.
Ooh, fun.
Today, I think. Yeah. Gabe requested that. But yeah, all sorts of fun stuff.
Well, we got a tree. It's upstairs, so I can't show it to you. A new tree. Like we went to Menards, which is our like favorite store now that we live in Wisconsin. And it's like a skinnier tree, but pre-lit because our old tree was really big and half the lights didn't work. So we just got a new one because we were looking at buying strings of lights for it and they were just as expensive as buying a new tree. So we're like, And then, so it's a little bit smaller. And we have it outside of our gated community for Aspen, so he can't get to it. And then we decorated that. But we don't really have much room to decorate more. And I keep meaning to get back there to get garland for our banister so I can put it around and then hang the stockings on there. Mm-hmm. But every time I try to go, it just doesn't work out. So, yeah. So in November, I was supposed to have a WAFA sale, a Wool and Fiber Arts sale, but I was so sick, I couldn't do it. So that's kind of sad. But other than that, not much is really going on here. Like work, I started working again, but like Madison and Andy are working during the days now. So I'm babysitting Aspen from like 7:30, 8 to 8, 7:30 or 8 to 5. So I have been working at night at Starbucks, and that is just tiring. Like, I'll get out. But I only have one more week of that. So
I say watching a little baby is a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. So I haven't had much sewing time. Like I did make some masks for someone who wanted Christmas ones that I work with. And then I have some special orders that I ironed the other day and I have to actually sew them. One of them is yours, just so you know.
Ooh, exciting.
But getting time to sew is the problem.
It's
Because
understandable.
Aspen doesn't really take naps too much.
Oh.
I mean, he takes naps, but they're like half an hour or 45 minutes. So I try to do stuff when I can.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's about it. Like, life is crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is.
Like, I still can't believe we're in the middle of December already.
I know. Like I said, I feel like we lost November since we were sick and everyone was. It was just chaos here.
Yeah, it was here too.
So yeah.
But anyways, we hope to talk to you guys again in January.
Yes.
So yeah, we don't want to go like 3 months again. 2
No,
months.
we'll be back in January.
Yeah.
Sorting is open for the house cup. So if
Oh,
you have not already sorted, go do that.
I have not.
Yeah. And have a Merry Christmas.
Yep. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.